Welcome to another episode of Whitetail Rendezvous, coming to you 6 days a week as we interview whitetail experts and hear their traditions and personal stories of the hunt. Learn more about the latest gear, discover proven tips, and the latest strategies so you can make your next hunt a success. Now, here's your host, Bruce Hutchin.
Hey, yes, this is Bruce Hutchin. Yes, I'm still at ATA 2019, and I'm with the Mule Foundation. I'm spending this morning just going to the nonprofits, talking to them about what they're bringing to the table and why you, my listeners, should get involved with these conservation organizations. Jared, what's happening over at the Mule Foundation?
Well, there's always a lot of great things going on within MDF overall with mule deer conservation and blacktail conservation. We're primarily over in the western half of the country because that's obviously where mule deer and blacktail deer do live. We've got a very strong membership base and volunteer base that is really a great group of people that are very dedicated towards conservation of mule deer and blacktail deer kind of throughout the western half of the country. Kind of coming up here in the near future is our big conservation expo. It's the Western Hunting Conservation Expo. It's going to take place February 14th to the 17th in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's kind of a big celebration of conservation during that time frame. So with this big conservation expo, it's a lot of like-minded people that gather together during this event, and we raise a lot of funds for a lot of great conservation projects throughout the footprint of MDF.
Why should a person be a member of the Mule Foundation?
Well, it's always important to be a member of the organization just because, one, you're giving back towards something that you love. I mean, there's a lot of people with an affinity towards Western-style hunting. A lot of our conservation is always directly related towards conservation betterment of mule deer. And a lot of those conservation projects not only benefits mule deer, but a lot of the other animals within that area. So it's always important to give back towards that aspect. And being a member, you always get a lot of different benefits, such as the MDF magazine. So we always love to keep our members updated with what's going on within the organization and within the hunting industry through the magazine.
What are some of the challenges for mule deer? Because I do live in Colorado. Yes, I have a whitetail show, and I hunt extensively in the Midwest. And the mid-Midwest, I say Nebraska and the Dakotas and places like that. But what's up with mule deer? Because we know CWD is a big issue with whitetail. What's challenging mule deer today?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that can challenge almost any species. Especially over in the West, there's always, could either be droughts or major fires. There's always fire season out in the West. So we're always looking at trying to either kind of rebuild habitats, put in different guzzlers, create water sources, just to be able to help these animals thrive out in these areas. And CWD, like whitetail, I mean, that's always a major concern. So it's the more that we can do together and the more we can learn about CWD, the better off we all are.
How about predation?
That is another aspect that does take into account as to some of the animal herds as well. But yeah, I mean, we're always working as much as we can to help the betterment of the herds.
Now, people in the past on a lot of western states, DNR dockets, decrease in mule deer. Is the trend still decreasing, stabilized, or we see a trend of population base and age recruitment increasing?
Well, you think that's definitely an interesting question, and I think overall a lot of the things that we do are helping benefit the mule deer. It certainly does create a better atmosphere for them to make it more conducive for better herds. So the more we can work with our state and federal agencies, the better off we are to help increase these populations of the mule deer.
So do you know any numbers increasing? Is age class recruitment increasing, or is it level, or is the mule deer population still decreasing?
You know, I think it's definitely kind of getting towards that stabilization, but they are kind of the pulse as to what can kind of come to the western states. So they're very susceptible to many different things. So it's great to look at the mule deer to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to help that.
Thanks for that. one last bit, where do you see the future of mule deer in the West?
We're continually growing, so I think the more we grow, the more we can do.
That's great. Jared, thank you so much for talking with us today at ATA 2019.
Thank you very much.
Hey folks, yes, I'm still here, and yes, this is Bruce Hutchin, and I haven't gone anyplace yet, but I'm with Tag and Brag. Who's Tag and Brag? We better get on social media. Gio Rizzo brothers have got it going on with Tag and Brag, and Dean, why don't you start off and say why the heck you started this thing?
We grew up, my family, we were born with the passion of the outdoors, hunting and fishing, really. My dad, my grandpa, and my uncle primarily were, maybe it started with them dragging us in the woods, but we were 5, 6 years old, running behind them, getting in the woods with them. And so we just, the whole lifestyle and the passion of hunting and the outdoors has been ingrained in us since a young age, and we fell in love with it, and it's more of a lifestyle now. It's just the way we live. And, we started getting a little bit older into our teens. We wanted to film. We grew up watching the Monster Bucks films, the Drurys and everything like that, and we were just always reminiscing and dreaming that we could do it too. So it just started with having a passion for the camera too. We loved entertaining people in front of the camera. We entertained ourselves, really. So that's what kind of started the fun of it. And then from there, it snowballed into what we're doing now. It's a pretty cool story.
Dean, why don't you put your logo up closer so people can see it in the camera? Tag and Brag. Tag and Bag. So David, from your point of view, why don't you echo, what's new with your company right now?
A couple of years ago, we kind of switched from like the TV format, 13 episodes, or really focusing on the kill and trying to feel like we had to kill deer in order to produce outdoor television, to now where we have sort of a vlog style web show. So we're doing like 120 to 150 episodes per year, which is pretty cool because we give our viewers the good, the bad, and the ugly. And our kind of motive is, if we take the kill out of the film, do you still want to watch it? Are you still ingrained with our personalities? Are you still entertained with what we're doing? So we kind of teach people along the way because, we're just like any other diehard hunters. We plant food plots. It's a 365-day-a-year thing for us. So we want to bring you along for the journey. And we kind of pride ourselves more on documenting rather than creating. We're not trying to create some crazy slow motion film. We're going to document everything we do and bring you along with us. And it's really snowballed our following and our interaction over the last couple of years, which is pretty cool because we're at a show here like ATA now, can't walk from meeting to meeting without getting grabbed by someone or, hey, tag and brag this, tag and brag that. And that's humbling. It feels like we're making an impact, and that's kind of what we set out for initially. So it's cool to be to this point.
Yeah, I agree. And like we talked about in the warm-up, organic growth is important. Speaking about that, how do people reach out and find you?
Just all you got to do on Facebook is search Tag and Brag, TAGNBRAG. Search Tag and Brag on Facebook. It's Team Tag and Brag on Instagram and on YouTube. And all of our vlogs are launched on Facebook. We do a lot of premieres now with our vlogs. So if we launch a vlog, we'll launch it live, and Dean and I will be there kind of interacting with it and stuff too. We have a ton and we're on Instagram and stuff daily. A lot of people really enjoy the stories that we post because we really don't hold much back from the camera. On our Instagram stories where we can kind of let loose a little bit more, be even more of ourselves. So Team Tag and Brag on Instagram, Team Tag and Brag on YouTube, and just Tag and Brag on Facebook. Yep.
When you walk around here at ATA at your age, what do you think the future is for people coming into business, building what your guys are building? What's your vision?
Honestly, I think it's moving a lot more digital. I think especially with the younger generation, and that's really who we're trying to attract. Our vision is to get more people involved in the sport. Show that it's fun, and show the values that we learned as kids growing up, and get more people involved because of that, because of the family, the camaraderie around the sport. So much more, it feels congested with competition a little bit, where I got to shoot a big buck in order to be somebody. I've got if it's not a 4.5-year-old or 5.5-year-old, if the buck's not big enough, we didn't grow up hunting like that. So for us, like getting down to our roots and showing people that this is a fun sport that they can enjoy, and it has values that go beyond the sport of hunting too.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you got the conservation side of it, which is a whole separate ballgame, but just equally as important. I mean, this sport and this whole industry is so necessary for the growth and the prosperity of wildlife, really. I mean, if there weren't hunters, there weren't conservation, these species and everything that everyone's enjoying in the outdoors would be a completely, it'd be a different picture. That's something that I don't want to see, but I just realize the importance of conservation and the impact that hunters have on wildlife.
Well, and even outside of hunting too, it's for us, like, we grew up in a family, 3 generations of a family business in the auto body industry. It would have been easy for us to just say, we're going to jump into that, we're going to make our life about. But for us, it was more of getting outside the box. We never wanted to be the type of people that went to a job 9 to 5, hated it, came home and could leave it. So for us, it was going outside the box, pursuing your passions. It's creating your own life and trying to motivate people and inspire people that they can do the same thing, no matter if it's hunting, fishing, or another passion that they have.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I'm smiling, folks. You can't see my smile. Because here's 2 young guys. They're on fire. They're passionate, but they also want to share hunting tradition. Whitetail Rendezvous is all about the hunting tradition.
Absolutely.
Being a hunter for over 50 years, hunting the same farm for over 50 years. Heck of a lot of tradition, built into that. And to hear these 2 guys talking about that, Dean and David, it just warms my heart. I don't know how else to say it. But with guys like this coming up, the hunting industry is in good shape because we got guys making an impact. We get guys, willing to stand up and say, wait a minute, no, that's wrong. Or, hell yeah, that's right. And that's why it's right. Let's do something more about it.
Absolutely.
To get it to work. Let's talk about CWD. Do you know anything about that?
A little bit. It's becoming more and more prevalent, I guess, where we hunt in Ohio too. I mean, right now in Ohio, you can bait deer all year round, but there's talk amongst DEC and stuff like that they may take that away or diminish it to a certain extent because of that. And actually, one of the states that we hunt a lot too is New York, and you can't bait, put mineral out at any time of the year, off season, on season, whatever. So solely because they don't want the spread of CWD going around. So I wouldn't say we're very, extremely well versed in it, but as hunters, as conservationists, trying to educate ourselves even more, now, especially with how close to home, I guess, it's hitting us, is extremely important. So,
as we wrap up here, one more time, how do people find you on the web?
Go to TAGNBRAG. Just go to on Facebook. Just search TAGNBRAG. Go to our Instagram, Team TAGNBRAG, and on YouTube, Team TAGNBRAG as well. We pride ourselves in following up, answering every message, every comment. We want to hear from you guys, so please reach out if you have any questions or if you just want a hunting buddy to share a story with. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Let's wrap up. One more thing. David?
One more thing. Get out there and buy a hunting license. Go hunting. Enjoy the sport. Don't let anyone tell you how to hunt. Hunt your way. Enjoy it. Be passionate about it. And hey, if you got a cell phone or whatever, document it and share it with your friends. Get somebody else involved. Because as a sport that seems to be on a decline, we need to catch it. We need to all rally together and be one as hunters, so it's important.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to go off that and just say there's no rules to hunting. People think they have to live up to a standard or hunt this way, food plot, I got to shoot this age deer, whatever. Hunt your way. Everyone says to us, I heard it a couple times at the show, man, you guys don't cut anything out of your videos. A lot of television stuff you see now, it's not as real with the everyday hunter. And that's because we have our own way of hunting and we don't want to hold anything back. And that's how everyone should hunt. Hunt your way, enjoy it. You don't have to do it a certain way. Everyone's got their own way. And if you enjoy it a certain way, get out there and just enjoy the outdoors. That's what it's about.
Absolutely.
And with that, folks, just looking at these 2 young guys, David and Dean, and I said at the top of this piece, there's a bright future for hunting. When we got guys like this, just let it all hang out and say, hey, this is the way it is. This is what we're going to show. And this is it. This is just like, I'm inviting them to my farm. We're going to go hunt for the weekend and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you having us on, Bruce. It was a pleasure.
Welcome to ATA 2019, and this is getting Saturday, and now with Art and Michelle Helen, and they just launched at ATA Own the Season TV. Michelle, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it worked out really well when I realized the timing of it and that we were going to be here for our launch. I thought, what better place to launch it than here with the Outdoor Channel group and all of our sponsors. So we were able to actually go live on Facebook with them there at the MOTV booth and announce it to everybody.
Now, who are some of your sponsors that are going to be supporting the program?
We've got all of our sponsors here. Realtree has been a great sponsor for us, Vortex Optics, Arctic Shield, Pradco, New Archery Products. Who am I missing?
New one this year, back to HS Calls, Hunter Specialties. So their call lines in both the turkey and deer and their turkey lineup as far as decoys. I think you've got most of them. We've got Easton, Hoyt. Like I said, I think that's pretty much all of them that we've been dealing with, and all of them that are really behind us and standing behind us, which has been a lot of fun. We've been with a lot of these companies for, some of them for as long as 24 years that I've been in this industry. Some of them are newer within the last 10 to 15, but pretty much been the same companies that we've been with for anywhere from 10 to 25 years.
Yeah, I'm happy to say that Michelle and I are going to be working together. They're going to be helping promote Whitetail Rendezvous, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. So you're going to hear a lot of spots about Own the Season TV on Whitetail Rendezvous coming forward in 2019. So I'm glad, we're moving forward, working together, and promoting both our businesses.
Yeah, and we appreciate that relationship too, Bruce. Looking forward to that.
So I've been fortunate to be on a few of Bruce's podcasts, and him and I have worked together in the past, so I think it's going to be a great relationship and kind of help each other out down the road here and just help each other grow some more. As I said, he's been great. If you haven't heard his podcast, obviously you're listening now, but if you haven't listened to the other ones, go back and listen to him. He does a great job.
Hey, thanks for that, for Art. What's really new? I mean, there's lots of TV shows out there. MOTV, let's share with our listeners something about what's so special about that setup.
Well, I think what's kind of unique with our relationship and with our show with MOTV is that we're like the first or one of the first shows there that are just MOTV originals or MOTV exclusive, where our show isn't going to be on TV first and then airing the older episodes. So we're going to be just exclusively on MOTV. That's like the official home for Own the Season. And then the other thing I think that we bring to the table is a focus on education and helping people learn, us sharing what worked for us during a specific hunt or a specific, other outdoor activity to help the viewers be successful as well.
Art, what do you want to add?
Just kind of like she said, it's all about education. I've always liked to educate. I do a lot of seminars throughout the country. We've worked with TV before because we like to educate and work with a lot of different special needs hunters and handicapped hunters and different people. We want to educate, and that was a great thing on MOTV, that we could take that platform on there and be exclusive, and it's a little more open. They kind of let us do a little more of what we want to do and what we need to do to help educate, not only in the hunts, but how to help other people become successful, whether it's, if there's a handicapped hunter, how to help that hunter get to where they're going and how to do things. So that's kind of the platform, and why we really chose that platform is to help that end of things grow.
Yeah, I'm excited where this whole thing's going. And how do people find you again?
They can find us at arthelonoutdoors.com, and then they can find our show Own the Season on MOTV. And also we're going to be doing a lot more on YouTube as well, doing some more educational things there, some maybe shorter tips, maybe blooper reels, things like that.
There's just, some real short promo things, some different things about new products that are coming out from companies. Like if it's a mid-year product, we'll be putting those on there because they're too short to actually put on an episode of MOTV. So that's kind of our focus on that new YouTube page, is a little more of the new product releases. As she said, blooper reels, which we have plenty of those. So they're the things that we're going to be doing now. You know, we've got our website, we have Instagram and Own the Season, Instagram page, Own the Season and Art Helen Outdoors, Facebook. There's a lot of different things that you can look for and find us on, and we'll be there.
Well, I'm so excited to be working with you guys, and I just hope this year we can get together and at least do some turkey hunting, if not meet up for the deer hunt. But beyond that, these folks are quality folks that put together a quality product. And check out Own the Season TV with Art and Michelle. Hello.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another episode of Whitetail Rendezvous, where you can listen and learn from the experts so you can be more successful on your next hunt. Until next time, listen, learn, and succeed.